Yeah, exactly. And this is like I didn't really I haven't traveled much for snowboarding really.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I just went to Whistler like I think 2017 for my first time.
Oh, true. Yeah.
You know, like that was my first time ever in Whistler. I was like, wow, snowboarding there, but
Yeah. No, that would have been a good one for
snowboarding
sure.
working, but yeah, it was pretty gnarly. Like I don't think I told too many people like I was doing the triple.
You just
I don't think
surprised
like
them.
I just kind of dropped in. I think I told one person, I was like, hey, what do you think about triple? Like, I opened up on a double, like, like, too early.
Yeah.
Scary early. I could have landed on my back, probably.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Was it easy, though? Like, it looked like in the video, it was just meant like it wasn't a struggle.
It was kind of difficult at first trying to get, like, the timing and, like, trying to see, like, the only cork that, like, you're really blind on is, like, the first cork, and then the two second ones are kind of like double underflip, so
yeah.
you kind of see, like, the whole landing the whole time, like, the whole rest of the trick, you know? So,
yeah.
But, yeah, it was pretty, like, it's hard to get, like, all the rotations in the same motion, if you want to say. Like,
yeah, keeping it on
the
axis.
same time. But, yeah, it was really, like, we were trying to get, like, I think Colton Conway was like, you gotta, like, do the, like, kind of, like, go less into, like, the second one and, like, kind of keep the same rotation
Yeah.
as you started with, you know? So I was like, all right, like, I tried it, and then I got really close. Like, I landed, but I slipped out. But that was, like, the first time, and then landed again, and then went forward, and then the third time, well, the third attempt was kind of like a straight air, so I really landed on the fourth.
I was going to say, how many tries it took? 4 tries?
I think it took 4 tries, but, like, I actually tried it 3 times because I straight aired it.
Same as the
wakeboarding. So it's a little
double.
uphill wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little uphill when I tried to go for the third attempt.
Yeah,
I
that's
just straight aired it and just made the knuckle. I was like, ooh. I thought it was over.
That's a fair call. I don't think I'd call that one as an attempt. Wind's a.
Yeah, so I kind of called it in 3.
Yeah, that's fair. Same as the double on the wakeboard. The 3's your magic number.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, well, I think to date you're definitely still the only one that's done a triple at Mount St. Louis. So
that's pretty insane.
Wasn't that one guy who tried the triple backflip and just did 1.5 or 2.5 to his head? I'm trying to think of his name.
Yeah, I do remember seeing something. I remember seeing
something. It was that one event. He was like claiming he was gonna do a triple backflip and then did like 2.25.
I do remember. It was on skis though.
Yeah, it was on skis. Yeah.
Sandy Boville.
Yeah, it was at the Sandy Boville Invitational.
On the other run.
You know what's funny? After the triple, I wanted to try the triple backflip. Like, I really wanted to try a triple wildcat.
Yeah.
But then I just completely forgot about it and just kind of like went on with my way and tried another triple cork. And then my one buddy was like, yo, you landed it. Just do like a 3 or something. And I was like, all right. Just did that. And I was like, I almost bipped that, actually. I was like, wow, like, how bad am I right now?
Well, dude, you go from
on life.
You go from doing a triple to trying to chill out a 3.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Yeah.
Frontside 3 off of like a massive jump like that.
That's hard. Like small spins on big jumps are almost as hard as big spins on a big
depending on how big you spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Even like my warm up trick now, like like the big, even when we test the jumps at Louis and stuff, like I feel like after 3 every single jump.
Yeah.
I can't straight air it, because it's like...
You get to a point and straight airs are almost worse. Like, I'll just do a cork 3 because, I don't know, it's easier than a straight air. Just the way I hit jumps involves the carve and the takeoff, and that's how I know my speed for things versus just doing a straight jump is different.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like doing a cork 3 or like frontside 3 or back 3 or something is just a bit easier to like kind of like see. Not to like see, but like just like the feel of it kind of like is better than a straight air because like especially like testing those jumps. I know it sounds weird, but
no, I know exactly what you mean. Like it's different in that setting. You have a different understanding of the jump in a lot of different sense. Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
So you've been getting your pilot's license recently, eh? Me and Pat's been wondering about that because Pat's got a raging boner for getting his pilot's license. So.
Yeah, I keep seeing it in his whenever he Snapchats me his computer. It's like CPL. It's like,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Every day he shows me a new picture of a plane he wants to buy. So.
Oh, I work in the worst area to like try and focus. Like there's so many planes that I work at Braystone, like around Mount St. Louis,
Yeah.
stuff Horseshoe, and literally like 15 minutes down the street it's an airport.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they all have like fixed wings and all that stuff. Like they're all flying around the area.
Yeah. We get a lot up here, float plane and helicopter traffic. Like just like every 10 minutes, there's a plane going by. Like
Oh, really?
all the time. Like, and you'll see military like C-130s coming by at like 200 feet, or you'll see Coast Guard
you'll see
helicopters.
bombers. You'll see bombers just like go over top of Braystone. You're like, yo, what?
Yeah, they do it here, and like sometimes you'll see them have the doors open, and there'll be dudes hanging out, like they're doing search and rescue practice or whatever they're doing. But it's pretty cool.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, that's definitely something on my radar to be doing in the next chapter, I
Right?
guess. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
It'd be pretty
but,
bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the PPL, but it's so, like, it's been a couple of years now, I guess, like, if you want to say, but, well, the whole COVID thing kind of, like, really, like,
Slowed
I
down.
didn't, like, the whole airport was kind of, like,
Yeah.
down until, like, actually the end of August there, so I couldn't really do any flying
Yeah.
until they're open now, but I kind of want to try and get out before the snow hits, because I don't really like flying in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
'cause
feel
it's just-
that.
It's like your whole setup and everything, like you have to do it. If you don't have like if you're not like warm enough, like you're not really focused. You
Depends
know?
what plane you're in too.
So
Like,
it's like-
yeah, how comfortable you're gonna be.
Yeah, like
If you're in a 1950s Cessna, like it's not great when you're flying in -22 weather.
yeah, and then you don't have gloves and stuff, and you're like trying to like do
Yeah.
the test, and it's like the winds are just like coming at you, and it's like -20, but it's really -30. It's like,
Not what you
oh
want
man, you're just like, yeah, I'd rather sweat
to do. Absolutely.
than
Are you
than
on?
like
are you-
free, you know.
Are you interested in getting like your commercial license after that, or you just want your private license?
Yeah, probably just get the privates right now, and then like probably I need to get a lot done to like get my commercial pilot's license, because like if I want to go to school for it, like I'd have to do like a bunch of like prerequisites for it, I guess.
Yeah.
You could say like I have to get like different school-wise, like vectors and all that, like
Oh, okay.
bunch of different like calculus too. Like I'll have to get that.
Yeah.
But I think there's like three or four things. I think I have to do like redo English in a university
Okay.
course, you know,
Where would you go for
because
school
like they
for
want
that?
that.
Like, can you not just go get like if you get your PPL and then you log hours? I think you need to do whatever your aviation, like your CPL is. I don't know if
I
that's.
think your CPL might be 200 hours.
Yeah,
I
you
wanna
need
say,
200
but
hours
I mean,
to finish and 50 to finish your PPL. Is it? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like roughly it's around there. Like for the PPL, it's like 45-ish. I'm pretty
Damn.
sure 45 to 50.
Oh, nice.
That's depending on the student too.
Yeah.
If you have like a slow learning, if you like kind of like slow learning, like a slow learner, like you kind of have to do it more.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably gonna have to like redo some courses, like definitely in flight, because like I've kind of had a heavy pause, like
Yeah.
a year or two pause, you know. So
Yeah, that's.
kind of sucks, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Pilot's license is something super sick to have, 100%.
Oh yeah, I'd love to get a float plane, to be honest.
That's what I want to get my commercial license, but like I don't want to fly like for Air Canada. I just want to whip bush planes around in BC or something, like float planes or stuff.
Yeah,
like
that'd
that.
be gnarly.
That's like what I mean, even if I had my private license to do that, but like being able to do that as a job would be pretty wicked, because you can make decent money doing that too.
Oh yeah, I think so. That'd be rad.
Yeah.
Pat wants to get his own little plane business going, where he can have like you explain it to him, but it's gonna be part of our compound down the road.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have to
Dude, let's do it.
add it into the compound, but
I think it'd be
Just
sick to just have your own little charter business in BC. That'd be pretty
just
sweet.
whipping people
Yeah, that'd
around.
be so rad.
No, absolutely. That's what I would like to do. We'll see what happens with what I'm doing, but
Well, Pat was telling me his goal the other day was to be able to wake up butt naked, hop on his dirt bike,
I
and
never
rip
said butt
rip
naked.
a catwalk down his own runway at his own airport just because he can on his dirt bike. That's been his goal.
That would be a pretty sweet thing to do in my opinion.
But, anyways, dude, we got the internet connections are down, so it's lagging out. But I guess
Oh, dude, my internet BS.
Can't be as bad as here.
It's not as bad as here. Dude, I spent the last 45 minutes before this podcast trying to send emails. I couldn't even log into Outlook on my computer. It was the worst thing.
Really, eh?
No, I'm going to, after this podcast, I'm going to have to go to
I feel like
the gym to upload it, to send emails and stuff.
I can't hear you anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, after this podcast, I'm going to have to go to the gym to upload, or to send my emails and everything.
It's okay. Ah, there you go. I can hear you.
There you go, yeah. Anyways, it's bad. So,
Here, hang on. Let me, I'll try and log off of Wi-Fi on my computer right now that's in front of me.
it's all good, dude. It's not a big deal at all.
There
It's been good all podcast, actually.
Which is surprising. I've been trying to do online school, dude, and it takes so long to load stuff.
Yeah, online school here is almost impossible. So, what are the plans for the winter, big guy?
Dude, the wife right now is doing online school.
Oh, yeah? What you doing?
Not much right now. I'm probably gonna try and call Louis to see what they're up to again. Like,
Yeah.
Right now we got the wedding actually in May, so it's rescheduled for May, like
Hell
the
yeah.
last week of May. Actually, you know what's funny? It's actually scheduled for May 24 weekend.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
You'll
even
be
better.
like technically married a year by the time that comes around.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, yeah, a year and 3 months actually.
Oh,
geez.
okay.
Yeah, that's
There
a
you go.
decent amount.
Pretty much, yeah, a year. But pretty scared to say I'm married now, eh?
Yeah, and
Oh.
it's not just like you recently married. What was it, February?
Yeah, February.
Yeah.
I think it's like, is it 8 months?
Yeah,
I guess?
you're over 6. I've been working here for 6 months, and I started in May, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're wrapping around the time now, man. Well, hopefully,
I know, right?
hopefully if Louis opens up, we'll see what happens with it and everything. But hopefully all goes well and we're firing on full cylinders next year, and me and you will be ripping. We'll have to convince Pat to come out before it goes to BC, but me and you will be ripping the junkyard
yeah.
and the Outback. We'll go absolutely send it for the vlogs and everybody else, and just to have a good
Oh,
time,
for
man.
sure, man. Yeah, I'll be down.
I'm
Do
looking
a couple
forward to
back-to-back dubs and stuff.
Yeah.
Just a couple, man. We're gonna have to go hard.
Well,
We're gonna have to go
well,
hard
but-
this year. Keep our bodies intact, but we're gonna go hard.
Yeah.
I think now that you're
Yeah.
married, you have like an extra superpower. Like I think you're able
I
to
hope
send
so.
harder. You are.
I hope so.
It's a fact.
You know somebody will pick you up when you eat shit now, anyway.
She has to. She has a legal obligation to pick you up
Oh.
and take you to the hospital now.
Just drive all the way out there.
Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah.
Yeah, my pain tolerance is pretty crazy these days. Like,
I
I just got surgery actually, and they're like, oh yeah, like you should be feeling pain in like on the third day, like tomorrow. And I was waiting for the pain to kick in. I'm like, all right, like I'm just waiting here. I'm like, yeah, sorry, I can't work. Like, this is gonna be the worst day. He's like, all right, whatever. And I probably could have went to work that day,
Damn.
considering like I didn't have any pain like whatsoever.
Dude, it's weird. I know. I have a high pain tolerance now after all the shit show that I've had to go through. But it's like
Oh my god. We were at work today.
Oh, yeah,
And this guy tripped and ate. He's like, watch this, and starts running through the bush, trips and eats shit over a root and just decks himself onto a rock. Then what?
Oh, man,
what else
that's
did
like
you do? He fell like he fell a couple times today. It was funny.
What was that?
That's seriously like me. Like every day, I just trip over something
yeah.
and just like legit eat shit.
Yeah.
Pat's just too ADHD. He starts going, and then all of a sudden he's out.
Well, Primy was with me when I blew my knee at Louis like 2 years ago. He drove me home because we happened to carpool that day.
Yo, imagine if we didn't carpool. That would have been such a trek. Like I probably would have drove back with like you, Bruce, or Ethan or something.
Yeah, it was a fucking shit show. Like, yeah, it was not
was
good. We were there for a while. I was in the hut for like 3 hours with ice. I was just like, this sucks. I just worked the rest of my shift. It happened at like 2
That's
o'clock, and
so
I just
funny.
sat in the hut till 5.
Yeah, that was so crazy. It's like, what'd you do? You're like, oh, I just hit a.
Death
It's
cookie.
weird. My knee just like did a pop and pop back in and stuff, and I was like, all right, like chill for a bit, you know. And then you did the MRI, and then you it. Well, I'm like, no way.
Dude, I literally just hit a death cookie. It was like the stupidest thing.
It's such like a bad. I was like, wow, where did it even come from?
I know. I think that knee had problems from before, like a prior surgery, but yeah, it was not great. That one hurt a lot.
Dude,
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, that was not great.
honestly though,
Maybe like,
oh sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. It's all good.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring up all the injuries and people getting slammed. I see at Louis. I'm working night shift there. It's insane.
Was I working?
Oh yeah,
Was I working with you, Primmy, when that girl like caught her edge and just like bathtubed it to the bottom?
Oh, dude, that's still burned in my brain. I was on the chair. I think we were on the chairlift that day.
Yeah,
I felt so bad for her. She was like 13. Like, I think she was like pretty young too. She was like 12 or 13.
Wrecked herself.
And she went up and then just started turning backwards. I'm like, oh no. And I already called Ski Patrol. I'm like, Ski Patrol, out back right now.
You could tell before, like, she hadn't hit the jump, she was considering it, and then it was just...
Dude, there's a few where you see somebody coming at a feature, and you just pull your walkie-talkie before they even hit it. You just know something bad's gonna happen. Dude, last time I was at Louis, I saw these two, last time I was at Louis, one of the nights I was working at Louis, out of the millions I did this winter, these two drunk guys came rolling in. They were like, probably your age, Primmy. And they definitely knew how to snowboard. Yeah, just for reference, they might have had wives, and they were just they're over the life, and they're like, "Fuck this shit, I'm going out." And these two guys were just loaded, but they knew how to snowboard. Like, they were pretty good snowboarders. But it's their first run through the park, and I was at the top in my park staff outfit. I got my radio on. I'm like just cruising, having fun, hitting some jumps.
You're kind of like holding it too while watching.
Yeah, and like the guy jumps the fence and like just barely clips the fence, but keeps going. He knows how to ride. And like, and they stop, and I'm like about to drop in to do a cork or whatever, and then I hear the guy go, "Dude, I'm going to do a backflip first hit." And he's like, "Yo, me too." And I'm like, okay, I'm going to just sit up here and watch. So I didn't drop. I watched these guys cruise in, just grease the rail like perfectly fine. I was like, damn. And these guys weren't wearing helmets either. Like, my bad. I should have told them to wear helmets. But I was really interested in what was going on. So, because at Louis, you have to wear a helmet in the park.
Yes.
And anyways, so the one guy comes in and just greases a cork 7 out of nowhere. Like, these like, just randomly greases it. And the next guy comes in, just a fat back. You've never seen anybody tweak. I guess, I don't know what it would be if you pulled, like, your bind in tweaked out on a backflip on a snowboard. But tweaked it so hard. I was like, damn, that was sick. And then came around, and the last 6 inches, or the 6 inches on the nose of his board, caught the knuckle so hard. And he did, like, 5 tomahawks down the entire landing.
Man.
And then I just didn't see him for another hour, and I came back up, and I was like about to drop in, and I saw him, and the exact same thing happened again. He went 2 for 2 on it, and then went home.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
It was bad. And then a couple kids last year, I saw one kid hit like the little like 25 and take it as like a. Well, he didn't take it as a 25. He took it as like probably like a 45-50 and just straight to his dome skis.
Oh, that's the worst. Were you there that day when Buddy was skiing for his first day and he like almost like went off the right side, like the shack side knuckle? Were you there that day?
Yeah, in the little one.
Or was I covering you that day? But I think I was working, or I was just riding or something, and some kid just like went off, and I think the Adam guy.
I was there for that, yeah.
Yeah, but he just shoots, like, tries to stop, or no, was on his back, and just, like, the last second, right at the woo of the jump, just gets up, stands up, and just did, like, one of these. He tried to stop, but, like, he stopped, and, like, just his momentum just, like, threw him right to the pole.
Oh, God.
And just, like, slammed, and I think
Junkyard
he broke his wrist
Outback?
or something.
Oh, it was in
Junkyard.
the junkie.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
Thank God.
Well, let's chat for another 45 seconds on camera, then you can just hang out with me and Patty. But we're at an hour. This is the first podcast we've had that's gone over an hour. It's been nice to have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
It goes by fast, man, when you're talking to homies.
Dude, honestly, I was like, I was just looking at the time. I'm like, no way, it's been an hour.
We're at an hour and 10 seconds, and I guess we'll wrap up the podcast here. So, Christian, say thanks to everybody, or say hello to everybody. Everybody say thanks to Christian. It was good having, good chatting with everybody.
Thanks, guys, for listening and being tuned in with us. Like, thanks, Bruce and Patty, for having me tonight. Like, super stoked. Like,
dude,
love you guys.
We'd rather have no one else other than you on the podcast. This has made my night and my day. I was actually pretty grumpy because I had to deal with this guy all day at work. So this actually spruced out my day. All right, we're signing off the podcast right now. All right, lads. Well, that was this episode of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. It was really good to catch up with our old friend Christian. If you guys are listening this long, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I look beautiful today, and I'm sure you do. So, if you guys haven't already, like the podcast, give it a 5-star rating. We're at 12 now. Let's try to get to 15 in the next bit because it helps the reach of the podcast get out there. And as we grow, I'm going to keep putting more time and effort into, well, I'm putting enough time and effort as it is, but I'm going to continue putting more time, effort, and just increasing the production and really starting to get this podcast off the ground and trying to get bigger and bigger guests on. So if anybody's interested in coming on the podcast, I would love to have you on. But with that being said, if you guys, I guess I like to hear you guys' thoughts on having a co-host. I kind of like it because it makes it, I find with 3 people in a podcast, it seems a little less interviewee and it's kind of more of just a conversation, which is what I'm going for. So let me know what you guys think. But I think having a co-host like Pat come in every once in a while is good for the podcast, and it doesn't come off as much of an interview, as more of like conversation and still getting all the knowledge and stuff and still asking the questions I want to ask, but it just doesn't seem as like clear cut. It seems more like a better vibe. I don't know, it's just a little better. Anyways, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next episode on Tuesday, and thanks for listening, guys. I love you all. So, mwah, deuces, I'm out.